This is Nuance with Nikki, the nitty gritty. Even if it's shitty, this episode is absolutely not appropriate for children. I need to ask you a question. I am asking, I am not an expert on these topics in any way. Nah? If you've been on my channel for any length of time, you'll know my mind just. Is South Africa truly the grape capital of the world outside of a war zone? Is she? Let me just tell you how I went down this train of thought. A man in Florida fell in love with me once, decided he was moving over here. Then I introduced him over WhatsApp to all of my friends. Nah? Like over WhatsApp call. And he lives in Florida, a tourist place, and he said something that was thought provoking. He said, you South Africans are very different from other people because when you tell me about your country, you tell me exactly what's going on. He says that everybody told him, hey, the weather's great, the food's great, you should try biltong, you should try this. Oh, but by the way, the police don't care about you and you have a a rape crisis and a crime crisis. We were completely honest, and he said that's unusual. So I went, hmm. Then there was the Omicron variant, or the Delta variant first. Yeah, Delta variant first. And South Africa was honest about her statistics, and the world shut down South Africa and Southern Africa borders, and our people couldn't travel. When we hadn't created something, we just found it. And it was all, good morning, United States of America. We got the best scientists in the world. I'm like, then it's we're shutting down the borders to Southern Africa, and the next thing, the internet goes wild, and England follows, and France, and Mauritius, pam, 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 pam. Huh? Then the next thing, it's Omicron, repeat situation. So I started questioning other countries and their narratives because I have internalized so badly the narrative of all these negative things about South Africa to the point where I've immigrated a few times. And logically, I immigrated, but emotionally and circumstantially, I ended up back and wasn't doing a lot of reflection on that, right? But something didn't always feel right. Okay, so I'm asking a question. Experts, actually, can we talk about it? I am making no claims that there's no gender based violence in this country or that there's no sexual harassment. I am a South African woman. Okay? I'm a South African girl who was between 10 and 15, grew up in Hillbrow. That's all you need to know. Okay? Some devastating things have gone down. Shh. I'm not ready to go there. We're not going there. Okay? Just make your own assumptions, whatever. I'm talking about daily harassment and stuff, okay? Anyway, so we say South Africa is the grape capital of the world, right? But is marital grape, for example, a crime in Russia? No, marital is not a specific crime in Russia. So already we're comparing apples with oranges, ne? Oh, I did not show you. Okay, here are the receipts. No, it is not a specific crime in Russia, and there's no legal definition for it. Okay, what about another country? Let's have a look at Saudi Arabia. Same situation. It is not traditionally punished in the courts, and there's no law. By comparison, in South Africa, the Family Violence Act of 1993 acknowledged it as a form of sexual violence, right? And then 2007 added legal definitions of consent. Okay, so this one, boom. Okay, boom. This is Thailand. Now there's sex tourism there. It's legal, but what is the challenge for Thailand?
We're in the red light district of Pattaya. For 2 years now, we've been investigating international sex tourism here. An estimated 60,000 women, men, and transgender people earn a living in the city with sex work. But the neon lights cast a dark shadow. In many of these bars, minors are being sexually exploited.
I'm not saying that we don't have sexual exploitation of young people in South Africa. I grew up in HILLBROW. We moved out when I was 15. Now that would have been in about 2000-ish. So, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I am saying a place that has a red light district will create a circumstance in which there's a higher number of these things happening. So, for 16 days of gender based violence that we are doing an observation, can I just ask you to reconsider the narrative? Because it is wounding. It is very wounding to us as a nation to think these things about ourselves. Okay? I understand the reality, but can we look at the context? Is South Africa the worst, or is she just simply refusing to sweep things under the carpet? We're not the only place with legal problems, but everyday private South African citizens in every facet of life make these things better. So the people doing the statistics are separate from the authorities, any facet, right? So, can we just reconsider? Can we just question? And I'm going to ask experts, please, if you have done research on that, please share it with us in a way that us non academics can actually go, okay, can we chew it? Otherwise, if someone is thinking about doing their thesis, could you just, please, we also want to know. We want to know. Okay? I just want more. So shout out to whom? Shout out right now. You see, with gender based violence, no matter which it is, right? And especially when it's towards women, and there are varying forms of this. I just want to shout out to people who are never appreciated, and that is the good men of this country. Because they often pay the tax for the bad men. But a conversation I had with a friend years ago, his name was Patrick. He was saying how he's walking down the street and he saw a woman and then he saw five guys and he's thinking, yo, I'm the only guy here. Ish, how am I going to protect her if they start something? And I just realized how many South African men think that. When they walk down a street, they don't think, they look at five men. They don't think, oh, I'm scared. They go, okay, who are the biggest three? I'm going to take them on. So to all the Sipos, the Tabos, the Umpiles, to all of the Yans and Yakus, to all of and Denzels and Basils and Riads who think that, I just want to say I deeply appreciate you. I appreciate all the Rajeshes out there who think that when they walk down the street. I will never forget and forgive a certain insurance company. You know what? By the name of Momentum, when a father was shot protecting his wife and they refused to pay out his life insurance on the basis that he had diabetes and he hadn't disclosed. As my friend Kyle says, but was he shot with a cupcake? Oh, and they just refused. I will never forget it in my little gulp. I'm a South African. That could have been my father, my brother, my uncle. This is what good men in this country face. I have seen, once I went to go visit my friend Lorraine and her husband, we set off the alarm and then she didn't think about telling her husband. So he comes home and he was white as a sheet. Then he turned blue. Then he turned pink because he thought something was happening to his wife and sons. Okay? So I'm acknowledging that as a woman. Please don't come here with, but you're not acknowledging the here when I've been through my own things. I assume that my channel knows that, of course, I stand in solidarity with all women to whom this has happened. I just want to give voice to the stuff that isn't voiced. Nah? Okay, this has been Nuance with Nikki, the nitty gritty, even if it's not pretty. An edited video. I'm sorry for the rambling. I'll check it out, and if I'm not talking too much nonsense, I shall upload it, okay? Thank you, and can we just kindly question? This is a tough topic. Please keep it civil in the comments, but can we question? Okay, donkey.